So I'm a trained economist. Joined the job market as a trade advisor some 15 years ago. I have very much played a critical role as part of the national trade negotiation, but more from a private sector. So I've provided sort of backstopping support to the government with respect to private sector interest in agriculture trade negotiations. So that keen interest in international trade got me to enroll my master's degree in commerce, specializing in trade law and policy. So I have sort of a combination of economics, but at the same time of international disciplines as it relates to international trade commitments and obligations, right? I then proceeded to work as an economist for one of the local stock brokers, Simone Storm Securities, supporting investment strategies. And before I joined the National Bank of Namibia, First National Bank, FNB, as head of market research for 3 years, and then promoted to become head of strategy and business development for the retail segment of the bank.
What motivated you to pursue the BTRM, and how has it impacted your job role, your skills?
Yeah, so as I earlier indicated, I've a combination of economics, commerce, and international trade. A lot of work that I've done in the past is really around research, supporting strategy development, and so forth. But I guess there was a missing link in terms of understanding what the bank really means, the business of banking. So the BTRM has really brought that very close to me. It's particularly around the frameworks, risk framework, the key disciplines about balance sheet management, and what it really takes to entrench the culture of risk across the bank. So that if there's anything that I can really highlight as a key takeaways is the key disciplines around the balance sheet management, and generally understanding what it means to entrench the culture. After all the bankers are supposed to be risk managers by implications, because we are entrusted with depositors' money.
Would you say that it was practical enough for it to have, a real world impact on your role and, some of the strategies that you're trying to pursue in your organization?
Absolutely. It's the very design of the program is such that it's case study based, but there is also a couple of articles that is released on the weekly basis, which really keeps on in tune in terms of what is happening globally, regionally, and how that relates to our day-to-day operations. So I must say that the design of the program is quite practical, and it's quite relatable to what I do.
Brilliant. And what are you working on now? How are you applying what you've learned?
Yeah, so at the core of what I do, it's very much about coordination, strategy and business development. It's about, first of all, understanding where we headed as a bank or as a group, and at the same time, scouting for opportunities. So marrying those two together within the ambit of the risk framework and the principles that we have subscribed to really much sum up my job. And so a bigger part of my job is also about coordinating, supporting the teams, asking the salient questions related to opportunities and how can we mitigate those risks. So one of the key projects that we're currently doing is the budget, compilation of the budget, which is an annual occurrence.
Brilliant. Okay, that sounds great, actually. And finally, what advice would you give to others who are interested in the BTRM program or pursuing a similar career?
Yeah, so I would say, so the BTRM it's very it's a professional qualification. So if it doesn't matter really in which disciplines you are in, but for as long as you have got an interest in finance, there would always be an element of risk appetite and risk mitigation. And the BTRM program really brings those two closer, and to emerge as a very repeatable financial practitioner. The BTRM would be one such program that will make you, or that will help you realize that goal.
Superb. Thanks very much. That was very eloquent. Many thanks, Frans. Many thanks.